ultimately we were set up to help businesses and various organisations reduce energy cost. For the early part of our existence, we were very much a traditional energy broker. So we were looking at perhaps wholesale markets, contract end dates and looking to renew. We had a relationship with over 25 suppliers, which we still have today. What we've found in recent times is that certainly did in the mid-market, which is our primary customer point, the requirement has expanded. There's a lot more customer demand. So actually, it's no longer just about saving money in terms of tariff renewal. It's also how can you save money by reducing your energy consumption and ultimately reducing your carbon footprint as well. So we've had to go on that journey from a traditional broker to a consultancy. We want to be the one-stop shop for everything to do with energy, and we basically want to help businesses make sure that all their needs and requirements are fully met. A lot of our customers are involved in logistics, transport, warehouse. We've got a lot of customers in that mid-market space across all spectrums, and ultimately as businesses, they serve the community and the employees that they employ, and the demand for this is getting greater. Legislation is coming to force and is likely to increasingly become the case going forward. So we need to make sure that our customers are up to speed with that, and they're very well equipped to meet those requirements for their business interests, as well as any corporate social responsibilities that they may have. From our point of view, cliche as it sounds, what you can't measure, you can't manage. And I think what the standard has done is it's simplified the process. Ultimately, businesses want to achieve their objectives without a lot of operational cost and without it being too onerous on them. And I think what the standard's done is it's made it very simple, very straightforward for businesses of all size to record their carbon footprint, and then ultimately we can help them take steps to reduce that, and ultimately it credits it for them, because as tenders and as the business world moves forward and it becomes increasingly important, they will have that standard to utilise for their own tenders and their own business requirements, which will help them in their business. And ultimately we want to facilitate that and make sure that we're ticking all the boxes so that customers remain with us for the long term, which is always our aim. You have to get started on the road. In most cases, that road's going to be relatively long term. Ultimately, the first step is to measure, to look at actually what the carbon consumption looks like, then take proactive steps, perhaps increasing over time and scale, with the aim of achieving net zero status at the end of it. So ultimately, it's about measuring, taking the appropriate actions over a period of time, receiving accreditation for that, which will be important for a lot of businesses. And then ultimately carbon offsetting mechanisms down the line if you've taken it as far as you can. But ultimately that's the last step in the process, and it's important to get the ball rolling, make some initial changes and some initial assessments, and then hopefully go from there.